Welcome to this new podcast episode of JKM Speaks. In this episode, listen to John Kusi-Mensah, Assistant Vice President, Global Distribution Academy at MetLife, narrating the evolution of the MetLife Distribution Academy.
MetLife provides insurance, annuities, employee benefits, and asset management for individuals and institutions. We are one of the largest life insurance companies across the globe. Across the 40 markets that MetLife operates, we have something like 24,000 employees who are in the sales role and over 400,000 third-party distribution partner associates who sell our products. We needed to deploy a just-in-time learning and performance support system for a sales force that is geographically dispersed and itinerant. We had always trained our sales force to sell face-to-face. Now COVID put a lot of our markets in lockdown for several months. So we had to transition our sales force from having trained them never to sell even on the phone and always to sell face-to-face. Then having to create a mindset shift of now being able to sell through their mobile devices, and sell through their laptops, sell through their desktops, and not only sell virtually, but also leverage social media and the social marketing technologies to sell. It was about solving for how do you improve the skills and know-how of our sales agents, sales managers, sales leaders, and doing that through leveraging data so that you can provide learning to them in a very personalized way. So how to create distinctive advantage for MetLife through creating common and scalable learning and performance support solutions that really enable distribution excellence and sales capability development at speed, scale, and cost. Given the evolving and dynamic landscape in which we find ourselves operating, several challenges that we had to solve for, and that's got us to think differently about how we deliver learning and performance support across the globe. We needed to be able to provide learning based on their channels in which or distribution channels that they sold in, based on their role, based on their tenure in the role, and actually based on their own sales performance. So we really had to think about, are you able to dynamically provide learning to different people in different places with different types of role, with different experience level, but tailored to the experience level and tailored to the actual performance? We have to actually start thinking of moving between personalization to what we have now called hyper-personalization. I can really look at where somebody is at, what they need, specific to their needs, forensically provide them with performance support that address their needs. So beyond personalization, we also were thinking about how do you ensure that our sales force have daily access to fresh content? Because on a daily basis, people's needs are changing, the experiences are changing. So we needed that dynamic environment where we could serve fresh content. The other thing was how, instead of learning being one way, how do you bring that whole social and collaboration dimension or dynamic into learning experience? So for a significant period, we already had an LMS. But what the LMSs were not, the learning management systems were not good at is providing this fresh learning content, which goes beyond just courses, to be able to dynamically serving videos and other curated material based on somebody's digital signature. And with our LMS, one of the things that we found out that anytime we had a need to ourselves, we always had to work to the roadmap of the learning provider. Beyond being constrained by the roadmap of the learning platform provider, we also had licensing cost. As you go into the emerging market, then cost also became a big consideration. We did not have anything readily available in the market with the capabilities that we were looking for. We started thinking about how do we build this environment? So that's where we worked to co-create the first iteration. We call the Distribution Advantage Platform DAP, DAP for short. We started with 1.0 in 2017, and now we are moving towards the fifth generation, 5.0 of the platform. We had to really build algorithms into our environment which look at your sales data to see how you were doing. Are you at benchmark? Are you over 100% benchmark? Are you at 100%? Are you below 100%? And depending on whether you're 100%, 75%, 60%, 40%, then we have a rule set which is specific to your performance, making recommendations to you. And those recommendations are also AI driven. So it's looking at what top producers are doing, top producers are consuming, and pulling from our content repository specific learning that will help solve your learning need. But it does not just end with you. As these recommendations are being made, your manager has transparency, and the system allows them to see what is happening to you. The system also provides advice to your manager on the specific things they need to do with you. So, for example, it may ask your manager to conduct a one-to-one meeting with you, or even take you into the field and demonstrate how to do the particular process around where you are struggling or you're falling below benchmark. So what it is the system is not just managing the performance of the salesperson, it's also providing the requisite support the manager needs to support that individual in terms of the coaching that they need to do with them, in terms of the one-to-one meetings that they need to do with them. And what the system also is doing is it's also managing the hierarchy up. So your manager's manager also has a line of sight in terms of what your manager needs to do with you, so that if your manager is not staying on track to do what they need to do, your manager's manager would also be invoked in the follow-up process. So it's a total solution in a very, very joined up ecosystem to help you become the best version of yourself. Before the end of last year, we were approaching almost 50,000 learners globally. We had our learners consume over 1 million learning videos, courses on the system. We're just shy of our learners spending 500,000 hours online last year. Last year, we won 45 global awards, and that took us to 113 global prestigious awards that the work has won so far. It's not about the awards, but internally, it's making a difference to our business clients and our business stakeholders, as well as our learners. And our learners will not go back to the old way of doing things.
To listen to more JKM Speaks, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.